Hey, corners. So, we're going to talk to you about some of your basic skills that we need you to be able to master as the season goes along. So, for our cornerback, the first skill we want to talk about is what you're going to be doing if you are in man coverage. If you are in man coverage, your key is the number one receiver from the sideline in, which is probably him. You're going to start lined up there anyway. But if we call man, you are looking right at that player because he is going to be the key that's going to tell you whether it's run or pass. Let's talk about those two things. So, if we are looking at this receiver, and this receiver runs past us as we're backpedaling, well, let me rephrase that, does not attack us to block, then we know that this has got to be a pass play. And if we're in man coverage, we are on that player's inside or outside hip. Now, more importantly than anything else, as you cover this player, you cannot get pass interference. Pass interference is defined as interfering with a player's opportunity to catch the ball. Now, once this ball is in the air, both you and that receiver have equal rights to the ball. He can't interfere with you. You can't interfere with him. So as long as you are trying to actually catch the ball, you are probably going to be okay. But if you knock into that player before you are making an attempt on the ball, that's considered pass interference. Now, if we're not covering this man, but rather, if this man comes out to block us, then we need to come up and force this ball. Here's what I mean by that. You have to come up, and you have to come up outside in. That means if the ball is being run to this side, and you're being blocked by this player, you may not jump to the inside to get around that block. If you do that, you open up an alley outside that a fast player will run through. And then we've got our Sam linebacker chasing him, and the Sam is frustrated because he's not going to be as fast as that player. You may not jump to the inside. Rather, what you have to be able to do is you have to fight this block while keeping your head to the sideline. That way, even if you are not able to get off the block, you're turning the ball carrier in and you're giving the half, Sam, and free a fighting chance of being able to make that tackle in the alley. Let me go over this again because this was a problem in our scrimmage. You may not jump to the inside to defeat a block. Okay, corners, take a look at this, please. This is how we do not want to be playing the edge. I'll rewind that so we can get all of it. Okay, so here's our corner against Elmwood, and he's the most outside man. And then he backs up fine, but then he jumps to the inside. See him? That's called getting sucked in. Let's just rewind a little bit. Backpedal, which is fine. But from here, his reaction should be, let me change that. Should be to come outside in as contained. He doesn't do that. He jumps inside, and now look at the position we're in. We've got our linebacker chasing a back, and that linebacker is getting no help whatsoever. Okay, that's a valiant job by the linebacker, but we got to get some help from the corner on that. Finally, the last thing we need you to be aware of is if we go into zone, or your last skill. If you are the cornerback and we have called a zone coverage, you are either going to stay shallow or you're going to be dropping deep. Before you do that, you need to be angled in so that you are watching the quarterback. The quarterback is going to be the person or the key that tells you whether it's run or pass. If you are angled in and you're playing shallow in our zone, then you are now playing like a linebacker, and you don't have to worry about receivers. If you are angled in and you read pass from that quarterback, whichever zone is yours, you're sitting in that zone and you're looking for the ball. You're not worried about receivers coming in and out. You're not trailing them. You're just sitting in that zone and looking for the ball. Okay, so my corners, what do we need you to be able to do? We need you to be able to line up on the number one receiver from the sideline. You need to read that receiver if we're in man coverage. If it's pass, you play man-to-man and you don't get interference. If it's run, you come up and support the run from the outside in. If we are playing zone, then you are angled in and you are reading the quarterback. And you're either getting to your drop points, or if you're recognizing run, you're coming up, outside in, never inside out, and you're supporting that run. We'll see you later.